So let's just start. I probably am going to get very quiet. Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's 1971 Mach 1 Mustang. And this is for the Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine group build. We've been working on this for a while. It's been kind of in the background a little bit for a couple other projects going on, but it's time to get back to it. We need to get this finished and out of here so we can finish up the group build. And I remembered the first thing we need to do, a little bit of chassis work, a little bit left. I know I've said the chassis is done, but I kind of forgot about the fact that this rear, the rear end was a little bit flexed. In fact, I took some footage of it so we can get a little closer look at it, and you can see that the passenger side sits a little lower. If the chassis was upright, it would sit a little lower than the driver's side. And I don't know if it's a twist in the axle itself or if it's a twist in this chassis tub, which I think is actually what it is. I think the back of this is probably twisted a little bit. I mean, that's just how it is with models. But the thing we got to figure out now is how to fix it. And the first thing I noticed, which could help, was that the front contact point or connection point of the passenger side leaf spring, rear leaf spring, was not connected. And I think that has to do with part of that twist. When everything started getting put together in the back here, that tension just popped it out at some point. So that was the first thing to fix. So I started by gluing that in, but because it had been glued prior, the hole, the peg hole is kind of filled in and just not in good shape. So I thought, well, I'll just clip the peg off, and then I can clamp it down flush, which is what I did. But in the process of clipping that, which it worked just fine, and I went, oh, I need to go back and clip it a little bit more, make it smooth. And the whole, well, not the whole, about half of the front end of the leaf spring there, the where it connects, whatever you call that, is broke off. Yeah, so that's something we're gonna have to fix. I mean, it's actually not that noticeable. Let me see if this is actually glued up. So if I show you here in live action, you can see it's really not that bad. The only problem is you can actually see the hole. Can you guys see that? You can actually see the hole where the peg was supposed to go. But I think I can just fill that in and then paint it, and it's going to look just fine. You're never going to notice. Yeah, you're never going to notice it. It's just an easy little patchwork that's been done, but it's something that has to be done. And at the end of the day, it really didn't fix our issue with the flex in the rear end, which I really didn't expect it to. And I don't know if we look at this. I don't know how, there's nothing, everything is connected as it should be. So I don't know how, in other words, I can't push, we only need about a millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters, and it'd be fine. But there's nothing to connect it to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just pull it down here, glue it, clamp it, let it hold. There's nothing to hold it. So I don't know how we're going to really fix that other than by the wheel. So when we put the wheels on, yeah, the only way I could think that we could do it is if we remove, I don't want to do it this way, but if we remove the pegs, because these pegs don't fit in these wheels anyways, if we remove the pegs and then we just cheat it. So in other words, this will just be a flat surface here. We have our disc brake that's in our wheel. I'm just kind of piecing this together, and then we just kind of cheat it where we need it to be. You can see, let me show you. You can see how much leeway we have in there. So we just kind of cheat this to where we need it to be. I think that might be the only solution, because I don't know how, how to get that to hold. There's not, again, there's not, I don't know how, yeah, I think that's the only solution, unless I can just put a clamp on this and let it hold for a while, and it just kind of reform itself into that, twist itself out. I mean, I might try that, but I think at the end of the day, we're just going to have to fake it with the wheels. Okay, but that's not really what we're here for. What we're here for is the body, right? This is what we've been working on, and what I need to figure out is the stainless / chrome or whatever around the windows. So we've got this stainless here. We've got this stainless here. I think the drip rails I might just go with as painted. I still haven't made the final decision on that. But I do want to do the stainless around the front and back windows, or the windshield and the rear window. So what I thought I would do, because I was going to try to use the chrome pin. So what I did is I brought out the body from another kit that we're actually working on. But for now, it's going to be my little test subject. And I was practicing, because I did not want to practice on the car. So I started practicing on this. Now this will get sanded back off and cleaned up, and because this body's actually going to be used in the kit we're working on, the FD100. But so my first go was just trying to put it on by hand and let it just float into the groove. Well, that turned out awful, as you can see. So then I thought, well, I'll just tape up the groove with, I have black vinyl. I cut a strip. You can see the strip of black vinyl I cut out of this to tape it up here. Well, and as always, it bled underneath, as you can see. And I wonder with this, you can kind of come back and get this off, can't you? Yeah, just now that I'm noticing. But anyways, and then so the third try, which I did on the sides here, was let me just go in by hand very carefully, instead of just letting it try to float into the groove, just very carefully just try to do it on my own by hand. And that's what seemed to work the best. So to my not so great judgment, I guess I would say, I decided that's how we're going to do this. Into even worse judgment, I thought, you know what? Let's do it together. let me do this here on, I guess you could almost say, live TV. Let me do it, right, and we'll experience this together. So my nice, pretty, a lot of work gone into beautiful paint here. Let's see if we can draw in some chrome. I think I'm gonna start here and work this way so that my hand works away from the chrome. Now I need you guys to be able to see, but I, and more importantly, need to be able to see what I'm doing. So let's just start. I'm probably going to get very quiet. Because I want this to be I'd love to get a nice clean line. Very much take my time. I think we're going to just do this one piece here, because I'm not going to make you watch me do this all day, because the whole thing's going to take a while. I might be able to go in and clean. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up for sure. But let's see. Boy, my eyes start going crossed. I'm not gonna lie. So I've got one spot that I'm not happy with, where it went thick. But I think I'll be able to clean that up. Can you guys see? Hopefully you can even see this. Let me see what the best way. In fact, I'll probably just I'll take pictures of it when I'm done. It's not good, but the hope is I can go in here and clean this up. Let me see. Trying to just fill in the gaps. There we go. Actually. Okay, I'm not too right on the end there, but that's actually where sometimes you have those caps. You know, in the stainless, you have the stainless runs up, and then you have like a cap at the corners that hold it. You know, it kind of looks like that. I think I can live with that. Can you guys even see it? Hopefully, like I said, let me take pictures of it. I'm gonna take a picture of just this one we just did so you can see it. As soon as I turn this camera off, I'm gonna finish it up, and then of course I'll take pictures of that. I mean, you've probably already seen it in the thumbnail, however it turned out. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, how that looks. I think it's gonna be okay. I think I can probably go in and I'll probably be able to just clean that up, because this is, just light, high grit sandpaper, and just polish that out. if I need to, but I don't know if I'm going to need to be honest with you. I might be living with it. Maybe I might just try to get it just in that groove. We'll see. Anyways, let me take a picture of it so I can show you here at the end what it's going to look like. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the final product, because like I said, I'm going to throw some pictures here at the end too of the whole thing done. Yeah, so let me know. And if you've enjoyed this, hit the like button. That's what you do. You hit the like button. You also can hit the hype button. Is that? I think there's a hype button. I don't know. I need to figure that out on my own, how that all works. Subscribe if you want to keep up with this. Just do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
This night, you gotta find